gun, they're pro-abortion, and on and on and on. If that person truly believes in what they're doing, regardless if I agree with them, I don't want to see harm come to them, because at the end of the day, they're doing what they think is right, just like I'm doing what I think is right. So I can respect that, even if I don't agree with that. And the same thing when I seen just a couple years ago, the guy, Reporters Without Borders, got killed, and people were throwing mud on him, like, oh, he deserved to die. I'm like, no, the guy was doing what he thought was right, and I can respect that. So it's very sad to see this type of harm come to journalists, especially in this, free and open society, supposedly. And we'll end with this. I saw an op-ed piece today. I think it was on Drudge Report, or Drudge linked to it. It was a LA Times piece saying that the government or the military was basically going to have to revolt against Trump if he gets elected. And it goes to all this scenario and could happen, sensationalism, all that. And that's one way to look at it. But we also have a Benghazi survivor saying that special operators will leave the military if Clinton gets elected. So you can pick your poison. You want Trump, you want Hillary. I personally don't want either of them, but you're welcome to your opinion. We'll be back right after this break with more special reports.
Are we at risk of losing some of our special operators, some of our best guys?
You already are.
Really?
There's guys leaving now just because of that, because they don't know if the call for help is going to be heard.
This council has no hesitation in proclaiming you all guilty. 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 Guilty.
Or not.
You will lie down before me, Jarrell! Both you and them one day, Jarrell!
INFOWARS.com. We're here today to stand with the people of the world. We're taking a stand against this imperialist Republican National Convention. Donald Trump is an open fascist. Hillary Clinton is a proven war criminal. We're not following either one of those leaders. Donald Trump's message of America first is a fascist message of control over the people of the world to wage unending war, to exploit people all over the planet. America is number one. America first. It always has been first. At genocide, at slavery, of exploitation.
Plenty of countries have had genocide.
Of torture, of coup d'etats, of invasion. We're standing here with the people of the world today. We're standing here with the people of the world today. Donald Trump says America first.
Back up the step. Back up the step. Back up the step. You gotta go back. Back up. You gotta back up. Back up. Okay, step back.
Save the flag right there. Watch out behind you. Watch out behind you. Watch out behind you.
Let's keep it cool, people. It's a hot day. Keep it cool, okay? All the convenient people, don't be rushing in all the time. You're causing problems for people.
Hey, move this way.
Back up, back up, back up, back up!
Oh, scoot back! Scoot back! Yes, I get it. I get it.
INFOWARS.com. Looks like the police have cordoned off the area. Well, looks like they might be making arrests on something going on up here.
Did anybody get arrested?
Yeah. I saw 2 people get dragged out.
I got video of all the arrests. Yeah, I'm friends with them.
Oh, great. I saw 2. I saw 2 get dragged out. There was somebody I talked to who was saying that she was there.
Yeah, that's what she said. She would. You said at least 3? 2.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
I know I'm getting up against the fence.
Stay right there.
Yeah, going right here. Going right here.
Dude, right here, all right?
Keep this area clear. Keep the area clear. Out that way.
Be gentle, officers. Please be gentle. Thank you. Okay, let's take it easy. Officers, let's not push that too hard.
Come on, get on this sauce. Step out. You're stepping out, get out. Go.
Ashley Beckford here with INFOWARS.com. I'm on the University of Texas campus at the Barbara Jordan statue to talk about liberty, to talk about America, and to ask people what they think about Milo Yiannopoulos' Twitter account being suspended permanently. So, are you familiar with who Milo Yiannopoulos is?
Yes, I know he is.
Okay, did you hear that he was permanently banned off Twitter last night?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and so how do you feel about that? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, I don't know all the facts of the story, but what I heard is that he was saying some insulting things.
Yeah, Leslie Jones, it's a comedian who's in the Ghostbusters film. He said some insulting things, and they got his Twitter followers to, band together and start insulting her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she talked to the CEO of Twitter, permanently banned. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I like free speech, but I also think that Twitter is a private company and they have the right to do whatever they want. So if they ban Milo Yiannopoulos, then even though, I like free speech and I think that he has a right to say things, but I don't think that Twitter is, should be forced to keep everyone on site that, that can say whatever they want.
Do you think Milo should actually be, banned because he got people to complain about her movie? Because he's now been permanently suspended off Twitter. What do you think?
I mean, I think that was a good measure, and since he's a public figure, he should also apologize because he's encouraging bullying and he has a position of power. So, I mean, that's not cool.
Well, what about, free speech to say, hey, I don't like your movie. Hey, I don't think you're a funny comedian. That should be banned. What about people who are ISIS sympathizers or people who are with Black Lives Matter who say, I just showed you, kill the cops. They're is it because he's famous and he has a larger reach? You think?
I mean, I think free speech in general doesn't mean you can say what you want without consequence. You have the right to yell fire in a movie theater, but there's consequences for that because you're going to start a riot.
To me, that doesn't sound like a free speech issue as much as him violating some terms and conditions that are inherent in his contract with Twitter. Because I don't think you're allowed to give someone's private information and then direct thousands of any type of messages their way that are unsolicited.
Well, yeah, it wasn't her private information. It was just her public Twitter account.
I definitely think that when you're getting someone to be attacked like that on Twitter, that's bullying. I definitely can relate to cyberbullying in that sense. I don't think there's any room for that.
When it comes to free speech, honestly, I feel like there are a lot of people who they want to tout free speech, but they also do not like to think about the repercussions that come along with it. So, I mean, you're free to do whatever it is that you want, but at the same time, you need to also you just need to expect consequences too, especially if you're going to be touting out really negative things.
Right.
So, I mean, if Twitter wants to ban people like that, especially if you're inciting really hateful language and hateful ideology, I feel like, hey, if that's up to Twitter, they can definitely do it.
You think ISIS people and Black Lives Matter, if they're saying violent things, they should be banned versus somebody who